evening, everyone, or afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank the administrators, faculty, families, parents, distinguished guests, just the distinguished ones, let's not go overboard, and the people who decided to show up some intriguing color-coordinated wizarding attire, the Kinfield class of 2012. Cheers and applause. I would first like to describe to you just how honored I am to be standing before you all as your salutatorian. Yes, your salutatorian. Not your salutatorian, saludictorian, salutatorian, salutatorian, or any other variation, as appetizing as those last two might sound. Don't worry, Chris Allen, I got your pun there just like I promised. To be honest, I was curious as to what exactly a salutatorian like myself should say in his speech. So I went to Wikipedia. You know, the website our English teachers know where we really got our information. To look up a list of famous salutatorians to maybe invoke some inspiration. I soon learned that I joined the ranks of the famous Brent Lyles, Huey's Hawk, and Aravind Adiga. Actually, to be honest, I haven't the slightest clue who any of those people actually are. I was slightly disappointed until I scrolled down a bit more and found out a former governor of Arizona, no less, was among the list. I then discovered that he was the first governor to ever be simultaneously impeached, never been called to election, and be indicted federally. The only notable athlete on the list was Norris Cole, a member of the Miami Heat. Nice. So, put simply, my goose was cooked. Either way, I'm glad to have been chosen to rank amongst such mostly honorable people, and even more proud to have done it with the greatest high school of all time, King Philip. Being selected to be salutatorian is just crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe.
Wasn't in there.
Salutatorian, as the name suggests, is supposed to deliver the greeting to the class. Well, salutations, class of 2012. There we go. Done. Check. Moving right along. Now I'm supposed to bestow upon you some words of advice to live by. Yes, you heard that right. The nerd who played Zelda during one or more of his classes when he probably wasn't supposed to enjoyed the more than occasional troll stroll down the hallways when people may or may not have been looking. Was friends with the legendary Nick Mom. And once attempted to reenact epic mealtime with John and Sylvie on a college visit, was asked to give thought-provoking guidance to an audience of graduating students. And yes, I am going to college for those of you who weren't sure. Well, the programs have already been printed, and I'm already standing here, so I'll give it my best shot. After all, it's a cold world out there, a cruel and unforgiving place, where you don't have to fill out paperwork to use the restroom. You have more than 4 minutes to gather your belongings and travel from place to place. And where you have more than just spicy, crispy, and regular chicken. It's the only viable lunch options to choose from. So I figure a little advice could prepare you for such harsh conditions. Now, I won't bore you with a story about how life isn't fair, or how your career is like a house and education is the foundation. Or how love is like a flame that can be passed on without being diminished. Or even how life is a roller coaster with ups and downs and you're in control. Actually, come to think of it, that last one doesn't even make sense, since you're pretty much out of control once you step in a roller coaster. Nonetheless, these are all great messages, as if the senior water gun fight has taught me anything. Life truly is unfair. And, Mike Makeover, I forgive you. summer, not so much. And I do urge each and every one of you to build a solid house and spread your love to others, and don't be a roller coaster, I guess. However, I also genuinely believe that you are intelligent enough to know that already, even if you didn't quite have the alphabet nailed down when we were practicing how to graduate. Judging from the way we have treated each other these 4 years, messages like these have already been drilled into our heads time and time again. Instead, I'm going to offer you a piece of advice that I have strived to live by during my 4 years at King Philip, and has characterized the very nature of this speech, and that is, put simply, don't be normal. High school has taught us many positive things, and some of the lessons I've been taught here at KP will stay with me for life. Except for chemistry equilibrium problems. Those come out the window the moment I finish that abomination of an AP exam. But a learning environment is not without its flaws, and the primary negative side effect that high school has instilled upon us all is its awful compulsion to conform to each other's beliefs. To be different is to be uncool. To be different is to be made fun of. To be different is to lose friends. Or so that's what high school teaches. You need to break away from such ideas. Instead, you have to realize that being normal is not being yourself. Being normal is boring. Being normal is average. Now, to ensure that I wasn't completely off my rocker when I wrote this speech, though I probably am, I searched for some quotes from people much wiser than I am to back me up. Sure enough, as the great Olympic ice hockey coach Herb Brooks once said, you can't be common. The common man goes nowhere. You have to be uncommon. Brooks' team later defeated the Soviets in what became known as the Miracle on Ice, so I figured he was a reputable source. You won't go anywhere in life without being at least a little unique, a little weird. And that doesn't mean you can break out the water guns and silly string. Set yourself apart, but above all, do it with class. Alright, enough of the wishy-washy stuff. It's time to wrap this one up. I hope you will find out that as influential and meaningful high school was to all of us, it was just the beginning stage for our lives. I will even challenge you to go out in the world and strive to make high school the worst years of your life. Sure, there were countless significant accomplishments, memorable events, and humorous moments that filled each one of our high school careers. But let's be honest. If you reflect back on your life at the end of your days and state that the period of your life in which you took MCAS, SATs, and filled out college applications was the best of times, you're doing it wrong. I think Ronald Reagan put it best when he said, a tree is a tree. How many more do you need to look at? Actually, I am not 2012. If you could, just exhale on the back of the person's head in front of you. Don't do it if you're sick, just trust me, it will all make sense in a moment. Exhale on the back of the person's head. Has everyone done it? Alright. Now you can truly say that your mind has been blown by my speech. Once again, I want to thank the parents, teachers, and everyone else who made our success possible. This is Sogard signing out. Thank you and good luck, King Philip, until we meet again.